Our next presentation is from the Village of Mundelein. I'll ask Mayor Steve Lentz to come up and give us that presentation.
Thank you very much. Wow, that's a lot of information. I have far fewer slides. I want to focus on just a few things going on that are new. This is our logo, of course, and we really have invested a lot in our branding. We do believe the Mundelein is the best location in Lake County. If you're an entrepreneur looking to get started, plant roots and stay there and grow, the values we have, property values, lease values, is just outstanding and a great location. But first, baseball. This is my tradition. At this event, we talk about baseball a little bit. And this is from last week, but these are the top 20 rankings in the state of Illinois. And if you can go to the next slide real quick, you'll see that Libertyville and Mundelein were ranked in the top 20. You got Grays Lake Central there, and Carmel's in the mix. And so here in Lake County, we have just a fantastic tradition of great Little League and high school baseball. Last year I had to eat crow because we had already played each other, but go to the next slide and you'll see that tonight starts the first of a series of 3 games, Mundelein and Libertyville playing, and well, you want to...
How much?
I'll tell you what, in the spirit of shared services... All right, in the spirit of shared services that I'm going to talk about, how about this? The 2 out of 3 winner gets the privilege of buying the next committee of the whole meeting you have. We'll host dinner for you. If then at the next committee of the whole meeting we have, you can select the restaurant of your choice. And the winner gets the privilege of going first. How about that? All right, shake on that. Very good. All right. You know, necessity is the mother of invention. And right now in Illinois, the municipalities are getting squeezed for revenue. We don't have huge revenue sources coming from, sales tax revenue. Big boxes aren't shooting up all over the place. Springfield is taking more and more of our money from different places, and so we're all getting squeezed. And one way, and what's going on, and you've heard about intergovernmental agreements, this is a theme in municipal governments now. Aaron Lawler, the chairman of our county board, brought it up last week at a summit he had. That was the #1 topic, is how can we share services at the municipal level to be more efficient with taxpayer dollars? And so our board is very tapped into this. And the first thing we did recently here with Libertyville was we struck an agreement to share in the use of their 100-foot ladder tower truck. Those are about $1 million a piece. And given the nature and what the consultants were all saying, is that we really could get along with one truck servicing both communities. So we struck an agreement with them on that, and we're just kind of making ways into sharing services. The other thing we're doing with Libertyville, and this was in the news as well, next slide if you could, is that we are exploring ways that we could get some type of consolidation regarding our wastewater treatment places, because they're really next door to each other. And so it makes sense to try and work together and find ways. And so we went in on a study to try and figure out ways that we could work together and cut down on costs. And we may not be able to fully consolidate the 2 plants, but certainly we're looking at ways that we can work together. And so we can expect some kind of announcement coming out in the next couple months or so. Before I continue, I just want to introduce the folks here at our table, because if you do any kind of interaction with Village Hall, with the elected officials, just want to have everyone raise your hand. Let me just read your names quick so folks can put faces to names. Elected, we have trustees here. I think we got 4. Kirsten Russell, raise your hand. There he is. Robin Meyer is here today. Scott Black, Don Abernathy, and if Ray Simple snuck in, he was on the list. I don't think he made it, okay? Okay, and then in Village Hall, you've already met John Lebedo. There he is. Okay, I don't think Peter's here today, is he? Peter's not? Okay. Kelsey Langler is our business services manager, just going down the list here. Let's see, Don Jenich, our communications director and our brand manager. All right, big behind the branding. Jonathan Kellogg, our management analyst. Jonathan, there he is. Amanda Orenchuk, our director of community development. And we have a few planners, Colleen Malik, Taylor Wagren. Okay, did I miss anyone? I think that's it. Okay. Yeah, give him a hand there. I think it's great to hear I'm glad so many of us could make it here today just to hear what everyone else is doing. Something that's been in the news with everyone here, if we could go to this nasty picture, and I know back last summer on the day of that flood, every community has a similar picture. We just happen to have a guy in town that has a drone business and put his drone up there, and I think he caught the worst place of down right at just the worst time. And this kind of went on the news and everything, and it's right in the middle of our town at Division and 45. And after this happened, and our board took aggressive action to figure out why the heck this happened. How could something like this happen right in the middle of town? We knew there were some water problems, but not to this level. And so within a month, I think, we had commissioned a study to be done to figure out what was going on, and we found out the answers. We need bigger pipes and a few more detention ponds. No big surprise there, but we know where they're needed, what's needed, and we're coming in for a landing on figuring out a way to pay for it. And that'll be done in the next couple months or so, that we'll come in for a landing on a definitive way to pay for those improvements. We're working at about as fast a pace as government can work in solving a problem like this, and so wanted to make that clear to everyone since it was in the news so much. And it does impact business climate and economic development. You can't have a town with this kind of risk at this, so we're taking care of this. We have a new development in town going in. Maple Hill K. Hovnanian is building 63 homes at the corner, roughly at the corner of 6083 and 176 right there. They've barely broken ground, and my understanding is they've already sold 10 homes there. It's a great location. It's a great company. They do a great job, so wanted to share that with you. And we have our full array of events going on in town, festivals, and I just wanted to pitch two to you that have the most people from out of town coming. And so let's go to the next one quick. Park on Park. All right, this is the second Wednesday of every month. All right, May through September. And on a day like this, I'll tell you, you'll have over 500 classic cars in the middle of Mundelein. So if you're into classic cars at all, my understanding is this is the largest in Lake County. On a day like this, it's amazing how many cars show up for that. Finally, our beer festival. We have art festival that's awesome, but the one that brings in the most people, Park on Park, and our beer festival is going to be on June 9th. I don't know how many people, 1 to 2,000, I gotta believe. It was just an amazing event, and it's growing and growing more and more every year. I did want to address a bit of Springfield issue because, and I'm talking to everyone that'll listen about this, is that Mundelein's pension contribution over the last 3 years has gone up 40%. 40% due to underwriting changes in the models, changes in the expected life expectancy, and I understand we're going to get hit with another one when they reduce the amount of expected investment returns. We're going to get hit with another 20% pop. And so what's the solution? Because this is affecting every, municipalities at the state level. What is the solution? And so I asked our auditor what they thought, and I've asked around, and it seems that there's one big piece of the puzzle that's not being talked about enough, and that is a 401k solution. If all new employees to the municipalities and the states were put on a 401k plan instead of a state pension or a municipal pension plan, when you run the numbers, you have to have an element there such that the taxpayers are not on the hook for future investment returns. And one would be so bold as even to say there is no solution available or possible without a 401k element. So I went to our state senator, Senator McConkey. He fully supports new employees having 401ks, but he said, Steve, we just need to hear from more of you. We need to hear from more of you down at the Springfield level, so talk to the municipal league, talk to whoever you can, and have people start talking about it. And so that's what I'm doing here today, to mention that. If you run into a state senator, state rep, please mention the 401k solution as a big piece of the puzzle that has to happen for us to get out of this pension mess, okay? Appreciate it so much. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it very much.
Yeah, the signs in the press are speaking to our gateway signs, speaking to our gateway signs, and there are 9 locations throughout town for those gateway signs, plus the electronic message sign in front of the police station. So all the current gateway signs will be replaced. And then there's a few locations where we currently do not have a gateway sign that are in a gateway that they'll be added there as well. So there's a map, I think. Is it online perhaps? Pardon? It's on the front page of our website, the exact locations. Okay?